Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Chick McGee at Sports Control. Coming up, we're going to talk with the great singer-songwriter Ingrid Michaelson live in the studio, comedian Mark Ryan. We've met ZANE Lamprey, and he's brought one of his buddies in from his tour. It's my understanding typically a comedy show has a number of comedians, and ZANE, you've changed the model slightly, I understand.
Yeah.
By having as part of your act, you have kind of Steve McKenna. I'm not going to talk like you're not here, Steve.
That's how I do it. Just address me, and he'll
Steve
he'll
is your he's like your drinking sidekick.
he's my stunt drinker. I
okay.
knew that there would be so much to drink on this tour. I mean, we're 83 days, 53 live comedy shows, and 25 episodes of television. So during the day we go out and drink, and then at night we have to do our show. And what makes then of course after that you need to relax with a drink. Right?
So you're filming during the day for HDNet.
Correct.
And this show, the show you're filming is called
Drinking Made Easy.
Right.
Same name as the tour. Yes, exactly.
But the other show, this is a little confusing. The other show is resurfacing on the Travel Channel. That's called Three Sheets.
That's called Three Sheets. And
also a drinking reference.
Also a drinking reference.
Yes.
That's more of the international version of the show. This is the domestic. And if Three Sheets gets picked up for a season 5, then it'll be another international series.
But the larger point is you guys are boozing it up all day.
The bottom line is that we drink
And then
for
you
a
have
living.
then you have to get on stage, and then
We get to get on stage. Sometimes do you remember? You've done probably about 30 performances so far.
I don't really remember much of this tour,
Yeah.
day or night.
just all.
He's like the stunt drinker. I literally will be in a scene trying out these beers, and I'll take a sip, and Steve, I feel bad. I don't want to leave, someone who's made 5 beers for us to try. I don't want to leave, with only having had a sip.
Right.
So then Steve will then finish those for me.
I see
Yeah.
how that works.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult job I do.
Wow, I've got a hangover just thinking about it. Now,
Speaking of Hangover, he is like the unfunny version of Zach Galifianakis. That should get the crowd to come out to see the series.
you got the big beard going.
Got the big beard.
It's too big.
It's not, and it's not.
It is amazing.
It's just growing. It's not.
You're just jealous.
It's not trimmed. It's not.
No,
It's the Zach
there.
Galifianakis
and
beard.
it's really thick.
yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
soon it's gonna all just connect.
Hey, look at his eyebrows. Show him your eyebrows.
Yeah, these are
look at
so
these
nice.
monsters.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah,
they're good.
Yeah. He can actually hold up his hat with his eyebrow.
You have a lot of hair.
Maybe
Yeah.
drinking
There you
causes
go.
hair growth. Now, you've also, we were talking about you've gone all over the world drinking a variety of exotic alcoholic beverages. Wine, beer, what about champagne?
Yeah, I did. I had champagne in France, and what people kept telling me when I was there is, if you drink champagne, this is my French accent.
That's
you guys
beautiful.
can tell.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Did you guys all go
Oui,
there?
oui.
Yeah, I was there.
This is the thing about champagne, right? If you drink it, you will not get hangover, right? This is
That's
the
a
truth.
lie.
I was like, look, it's my job. This is my job now. Now, this is where my job gets difficult. The guy swore to me that he had 12 bottles of champagne on the night of his bachelor party, 2 nights before his wedding. And he said, first of all, he did that. You can hold it. You can see a Balthazar. It's a bottle. It's about 3 feet tall. That contains that much wine. And he said he didn't get a hangover. First of all, there's no way you finish 12 bottles. And he goes, I swear on the heads of my children. Either he didn't have children or he didn't like them.
He's a liar.
He already lied. So I went out there and I tried it. And I
12
had
bottles?
No, I had 2.5 bottles. And I drank the good stuff just so they couldn't say, oh, well, you need to have whatever. I had Moet and then I had Cristal. And the next morning I had the worst hangover ever. I went back to the guy and I'm like, you said I wouldn't get a hangover. And he goes, well, you might get a hangover for 1 or 2 days. What is that?
Oh, for
The
1 or
French.
2 days. That's why we hate them so much. I'm sure.
Steve, any hangover issues with you? It sounds like you're the one taking the brunt of the booze.
Yeah, it really
I'm
does.
pretty much. I don't think I really sobered up since we started.
So yeah, no hangover. If you don't stop drinking, that's the problem. If you stop drinking, you'll get a hangover. Either don't start or don't stop.
See, at the opening of the show is me drinking a 6-pack out of my 6-pack mug. So
You have a
Ho, ho, ho,
six-pack
ho.
You have a
Mug
mug
that'll
he
hold a
chugs a
Excellent.
6-pack.
yeah, it's
That's how the
nearly
show
impossible.
starts.
Pretty
What do you
much.
mean it's nearly impossible? You do it in every show.
Yeah, well, it's like every night I sit there and I see the reflection when I'm going up like this, and I'm just wondering if I'm gonna go over backwards or if I'm just gonna drop because I don't.
You drink it in one.
one
Yep.
one
And
chugs it.
chug.
then do you go take a long break?
Many long breaks.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he's involved for the rest of the show. He comes back
Oh,
out.
I thought he meant bathroom breaks.
No,
nice.
maybe that's where.
Oh, of course.
Just one- just one
No, you
bathroom
don't go
break.
lie down and.
No, I mean
No,
we
that's
keep
just-
going. That gets me primed up.
And you should have a dog doing flips beside you while you're drinking.
I am the dog.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're like Goat Boy.
We have a story about how we lost Steve McKenna one time when we were in Phoenix. We had to park at a bus depot. Now, if you guys saw the buses outside, it's giant.
Two huge,
They say
huge tour
drinking on the
buses.
side, and they have our faces on them,
Right.
right? So we were actually in Phoenix. We had to park at a bus depot that was about a block and a half away. And so our call time was like 3 a.m. We had to be on the buses because we were driving to Santa Fe. So we get on the buses. We look, and Steve wasn't there. He wasn't on our bus. Called over the crew bus. Is Steve on your bus? No, he's not there. We had to fan out to try to find Steve. We found him. Where'd we find you? What kind of bus were you in?
Greyhound.
Passed out in a Greyhound. Like, just...
had
You
no
know,
idea.
after a
I don't
few beers,
remember
they
any.
all
All
start to look the
buses look
same,
alike,
don't they,
don't
Steve?
they?
yeah, after
I'm with
chugging
ya.
several
I'm with
six-packs.
you, though. I'm with
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, generally, I'm just looking at the ground,
Mm-hmm.
walking around like this.
Wow, you're
Then
lucky
again,
you
it could
didn't.
be Steve just thinks that your face, you look like a big dog.
Is that what just happened? Hey, this is the Zane Lamprey
You got
bus.
a big dog on the side.
Yeah.
Well,
Lucky you didn't wake up in
Wow.
San Antonio or something.
See,
We cut him.
they're
We
taking
cut him.
much better care of me now.
He took a leak on the side of the bus. We were in some abandoned parking lot. He was peeing on the side of the bus. He didn't realize he was peeing on his face. There's a picture of him on the side of the bus, and he was urinating on it.
okay.
Sorry.
I was going to say.
I'm going to say,
You,
Was he inverted?
yeah.
No,
How
it
does
was
he
a
do
picture
that?
of. It was a picture of
you
him.
should do
on
that
the
on
side of the
stage
bus.
to
Yeah.
start the
say,
show.
That's a show right there.
I'd rather see that trick than the drinking one. That's a show.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to find out
And
what.
this music.
We're going to find out about
That's
the
a show.